What's going on, Bears fans? Hope everything is going well. This is the BearsMediaCo, and I am your host, Brent C. And check this out, Bears fans. This weekend we had two of the best all-star games that you can ask for. In this episode, we're going to talk about the East-West Shrine Bowl. Now, the Shrine Bowl's been going on for almost, 100 years. So, hey, a chance to help the kids out as well as see future players for the NFL. Now, our Chicago Bears had our special teams coach, Richard High, coaching up the East squad. And let me tell you something, Bears fans, they didn't do very well. But it's okay. It was just an experience so that he can get experience as a head coach. And we know, like I said, he is a special teams coach. He's been doing it for quite a while. And one interesting tidbit, I can definitely say, Richard Hightower played at the University of Texas, and I do believe 99 through 2002. He played with Kyle Shanahan. That is something I did not know, but I tell you what, Bears fans, interesting fact. Good trivia question for those who might be into that thing. So, with the East squad, listen, not a whole lot of talent on that side, but I have to say they have at least three guys that I think our Chicago Bears should look at. And of course, with the NFL Combine coming up, this would be a great opportunity for those said players to play very well. Now, starting off, I'm going to talk about Fabian Lovett, a defensive tackle from the Florida State Seminoles. This guy measures in at about 6'4", 309. And he played a very good game for the East squad. Now, another guy that they had that I had been high on was Jaden Corliss from the University of Missouri. Now, that guy right there had very little impact whatsoever on the game. I think maybe he had 2 tackles. Not a very good game for him. Didn't really do anything. Of course, there wasn't a whole lot of passing in the game, but definitely a lot of running. And speaking of running, I just found out that Frank Gore, ladies and gentlemen, his son was in the East-West Shrine game, and he was named the game offensive MVP. Unbelievable. Man, I'm getting old. But Frank Gore Jr. looked very good. I mean, hey, to get MVP, you got to be doing something. And one of the things he did, he broke off a 45-yard touchdown run that showed a little bit of speed. Now, the one thing that I might have a problem with, this dude is only 5'8" and about 195 some odd pounds. Not very stout, I would have to say, for the NFL. But you can never have too many running backs, I guess. Maybe he could slip in somewhere, but hey, think Tariq Cohen and maybe a little bit better runner. Maybe not with the same speed, but a little bit better runner between the tackles, I would say. So there's 2 guys right there, Bears fans. Now, speaking of good Big Ten guys, there's 2 guys that I want to talk about who I thought played very well, and then 2 guys that did not play very well. Now, the 2 guys that played well, first off, from Penn State, both of them for Penn State that did good, ladies and gentlemen, but the first one, Hunter Norzad, a 6'3", 319-pound center, played a very excellent game, if you ask me. I mean, he looked very good, pulling, holding on in pass protection, as well as being a very good run blocker. Very good, I have to say. So, hey, options. Bears fans, we have plenty of them. And hopefully, with the Chicago Bears being at the game, hey, they see something that they liked out of them. Now, the second player from Penn State that I liked was the right guard, Caden Wallace. Now, Caden Wallace played right tackle at Penn State. But in this game, he played right guard, and in my opinion, he excelled. I mean, a very stout run blocker, and in pass protection, nobody got past this guy. Nobody. he did a very good job. So to those two guys out of the Big Ten, I have to say, kudos to you. You did a very good job. Now, Bears fans, I know you need to get you some gear for college and for the pros. Hey, and down below in the links, we have something for you. Go ahead and click it, and while you're thinking about it, let Reggie B play the promo for you.
Hello, fellow Bears superfans. While we wait for success on the field, we can show our pride off the field with official Chicago Bears gear from Fanatics. Fanatics has everything to reflect your passion. Jerseys, hats, shirts, collectibles, and more. Rep your Bears fandom in style on supporting us here at BearsMediaCo. Show your Bear spirit by clicking our affiliate link in the description or on our website and buying something nice at fanatics.com today.
Bears fans, the two that did not do well, it pains me to say this, but they both were from the University of Illinois and did not look good. First off, there was Julian Pearl. Now at Illinois, he played left tackle and did a pretty decent job there. But during the East-West Shrine game, he played right tackle, and let's just say, if he had any draft stock, it's gone. Because he could not hold anyone. I mean, I think there was a guy from, South Dakota State who was playing over there, I want to say. And I mean, this guy maybe was 6'3", maybe. No, I checked that, Bears fans. He was from Colorado State. Now this guy, the defensive end, 6'1", 253 pounds. And I mean, he could not overpower him at all. And he weighed in at 6'5", 317 pounds. He did not look good there, Bears fans. So for me, it was like a punch in the gut to see one of our Illinois guys not do very well. But someone who did do very well was Isaiah Williams from the University of Illinois, a wide receiver who just happens to be a miniature wide receiver. At 5'9" and about 175 pounds, he has speed for days. Unfortunately, the quarterbacks that they were playing with couldn't get him the ball in space, crossing routes, or whatever. So he didn't really get an opportunity to shine. But I have to say it, if you get him maybe on the special teams doing a kick return or punt returns, I can see some electric returns from that guy because he had blazing speed. Now, whether or not he gets an invite to the combine, I don't know. Probably won't because there's so many guys coming out this year. It probably will be hard for him to get the invite. But, like I said, during the East-West Shrine Bowl, not much that he could do. I think he had maybe 2 receptions, and that was about it. So, not looking good on that standpoint, stat-wise, but he does have speed. So there's something that maybe the Bears could look at, but I doubt it because we got speed already on the roster in Tyler Scott and Velus Jones, and I think Velus Jones probably won't be there come next year. So, hey, just an option there, Bears fans. But all in all, the East-West Shrine game was a decent game. Now here's someone that I got to say and give a special shout out to was Myles Murphy, a defensive tackle from the University of North Carolina. Now this Tar Heel, he looked outstanding. Very good. I mean, applying pressure throughout the game while he was in there. Lined up in like the 5 technique, right to the left of the center. He was dominant whenever he was in there. And of course, you know, when these all-star games happen, you have to give other players a chance to play. And he, you know, had to sit down sometime, Bears fans. But when he was in there, I have to say it, Bears fans, he was a dominant player. And the only reason, in my opinion, why he did not get defensive MVP was because of a cornerback that was on his team. Now this cornerback, who actually was on the West team, was actually a player out of Canada. a guy who went through some hard times coming up, who ended up going pro first, but played excellent in the East-West Shrine game. He plays for the Toronto Argonauts. Quantez Stiggers is his name. And let me tell you something, Bears fans, this dude was everywhere. If he wasn't not pass blocking, but if he wasn't knocking the ball away from receivers or getting potential interceptions, he was doing solid tackle work. I mean, some of the best tackling I've seen in a while, but of course, like I said, he's been playing up in Canada over the last year and a half, I believe, and he has pro coaching. So it helped him look very good in this game. And he was the MVP, which is pretty cool. Coming from Canada, hey, come to America, get you an MVP, and hopefully get you drafted somewhere. You just never know, Bears fans. But listen, if any of you watched the East-West Shrine game, let me know down in the comments. And let me know, hey, was there someone that stood out to you? Because there was a few players in there, but not a whole lot. Now, I've said their names before, but I got to say it again, Bears fans. There's two guys that were playing in the West offense. I've already talked fairly well about one, but come to figure out, they're brothers, right? Great game. But these two guys from South Dakota State looked extremely well and fluid. Now, first up, I have to say it, this guy at left guard was dominant. Completely dominant. At left guard, Mason McCormick, a 6'4", 310-pounder from South Dakota State. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy reminds me so much of when Tevin Jenkins came in the league. Just a powerful dude who was just manhandling defensive players. Even Miles Murphy. He looked extremely well in run and pass blocking. Bears fans, I pray we can add this guy to our roster because he looked pro-ready. Trust me, pro-ready, ladies and gentlemen, out of a small school, South Dakota State. But hey, shout out to him and to the program for getting proper coaching and then showing up to execute. Now, even though he's not his brother, but he played left tackle right alongside of him. Yeah, I know I said that they're brothers, but they're not real brothers, but the way they play is like they've been knowing each other for decades. Now, excuse me, Bears fans, Garrett Greenfield, a 6'6", 317-pound left tackle, he was smooth. Now, is he smoother than, let's say, Alu Fashano from Penn State? Not really. He definitely doesn't have the power that he has, or he doesn't have the power or run blocking of Joe Alt from Notre Dame. But in pass protection, he did look rather smooth. He got a little, flustered there a couple times throughout the game, but with him and McCormick together, the left side gave up no pressures and no sacks on the quarterbacks that were in the game. So that needs a special attention from me. So there's two guys right there, plus the other two guys from Penn State, and then the two guys from the defensive side, Miles Murphy, as well as Fabian Lovett. That's all I saw that really stood out to me, but hopefully they get through the combine and they can improve upon what they look like in the East-West Shrine game. Now, Bears fans, let me know down in the comments. Is anyone that you would like to see at the combine? Definitely, there's going to be a huge amount of invitations going out over the next couple weeks. And I hope at least these four guys that I named get an invitation because they deserve it, in my opinion. So, with that, Bears fans, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. But I will see you in the next one. And until then, peace.